lights are mysterious from somewhere in the universe. Planets and quasars with all kinds of hidden mysteries in the galaxy. NASA hiding secrets and astronauts discovering things. Mysterious societies from a far-along galaxy. Societies on Earth that have been destroyed with their own hidden secrets. Mysterious objects that surface from nowhere and yet are unexplained on how to use. Whole temples full of ruins, secrets, and hidden treasures. And most of all, objects from outer space that come with visitors that only want one thing. You're watching Hidden Truths. Hi, and welcome to Hitting the Truth, where we talk about all kinds of things when it comes to aliens, the supernatural, the spirit world, demons, shapeshifters, monsters of all kinds, ghouls, goblins, ghosts, parallel dimensions, time-traveling people and beings, all kinds of things of that nature. And let's not forget the number one thing that circles through the country, conspiracy. And so today, we're going with this big one, conspiracy. And the conspiracy theory that is actually based around some form of a theory that's supposed to be disproven 6,000 years ago is the flat earth theory. Once again, but this time, not the flat earth theory as they talk about it, but as the whole conspiracy part of the ice wall. The ice wall is supposed to be this whole thing. You go down Antarctica, and there's a big ice wall. And supposedly on the other side of it is a whole nother world. And that's how I first heard about it, is you go to Antarctica, they don't want you to go down there because there's a whole nother world with all the creatures that's supposed to be gone, mythological and prehistoric, that are still alive. And this guy went there and explored, and there's the whole one about the guy in the plane that flew over the ice wall and saw a whole nother world, ancient societies, like I said, prehistoric animals and things like that, and he still came out on top without dying, is what I'm saying. But yet the government disapproved everything he said, and for many years of his life he tried to tell people about it without putting himself in danger. Well, now it's evolved into a whole thing where we're inside the ice wall, and everything on the outside of the ice wall are other islands, or in some cases the whole rest of the world is barren outside the ice wall. There's so many different theories on it. So here's the thing. I'm about to cover all the little clips that the internet provides of the ice wall. Maybe not every exact single one of them today, but this is what I'm going to do. So first off, let's start with at least 4 or 5 videos. And if I feel, there may be a little bit more. But I'm going to explain how I feel every time we watch the video, because this isn't just me reviewing videos. This isn't just me streaming them or analyzing them. This is me dissecting them and trying to figure out what the truth is about them. Like I said, what's the name of this show? It's called Hitting the Truth. So let's try to hit some kind of truth and figure out what the hell is happening. Alright, let's get into it. Okay, so here's the first video. It's only about 33 seconds long, and it's going to be about the ice wall. As you can see from just this frozen image, you know, this is where we're supposed to be, in the middle of the ice wall. If you can follow the hand cursor, see the black area, follow it back. We're supposed to be in dead center. And then outside of the dead center is, hey, here's the rest of the ice wall, which just kind of looks like a barrack over here to me. But they're saying, oh, there's more of an ice wall. So it's not just one ice wall in this video, there's multiple ice walls. And so they're saying, okay, there's another ice wall, and outside of that is more islands and more places that we don't know about, where some have giants, some have centaurs, some have dinosaurs, some have like prehistoric chickens, I don't know, okay? But this is what they're saying. So let's just get into it.
Could this be the entrance to the Serpent's Gate in Antarctica? Now, the way legend has it, it does open up during the summer when some of the ice starts to melt. And the other part of the legend, it is guarded by a giant serpent-like creature if you want to pass through. And could this have been what happened to these people? Just look, it looks like something big was following them. Now, you know maneuvering beyond the ice wall is going to be difficult and might even get you in trouble. But really, how worth it would it be to take that chance? In my opinion, I think I'd take that gamble.
Yeah, that's yeah. If you see in the video, if you didn't catch it, the water starts to rise, and they're saying that's a giant creature stopping you from getting past the ice wall. How can you train a creature if this is the truth? How can you train a creature to stop people from getting outside the ice wall? It's crazy. The only thing that could be similar to that is an old legend, you know, of Odysseus or anything like that, where they go, you know, Homer's Odyssey, okay, and they're going out and they're meeting monsters and there's sea creatures that stop you from doing things. It makes way more sense, but this is a little questionable. So I'm gonna stop it when it gets to the part where, turn the volume off though, because we just heard it, and get to the part where the water starts to rise. So as you see, if you're looking at this part here, don't look at this part here. I've already explained it. You've seen it now. But this is the barrier they're talking about. There's one little area right here. A sea creature's supposed to be there. Now they don't talk about the part. They got the same barrier here and down here, and there's probably one over here where you can exit through. They don't talk about that though. They want you to think it's over here. So anyway, pay attention to water in this video. So let's see. Keep going. Right about there, the water starts to rise, and once you see these guys in a boat, okay, this whole region is about to rise. It's already rising, but these guys are unaware of it. So look at it. They're going, camera goes that way, boom. Look at that, the water rises up. Now, it's a rarity if a giant wave hits in the ice area like that, like especially if you're in the North Pole or something. Like, you're not going to hear about tsunamis in the ice, in you know, especially in the North Pole or anything like that. But because this is happening, there has to be a giant sea creature. We don't see stills and all that. Maybe I'm used to Godzilla movies where Godzilla comes out of the water, you know, and you see his big fin and all that crap. But hey, you know, if you call it fin, this is still, or I don't know what that kind of reptile thing would be. Anyway, there we go. So bang, look, it even increases the size. I don't know, now if you need, the way I would say you would be able to determine if there was a sea creature under there, or if it was the water rising itself. So if you need some kind of oceanographer to say, okay, the pattern of this shape, why the water is rising, tells me that there is a significant creature that is underneath the water, or that there is some kind of particle accelerators that is getting pushed in through the water, that is making a sound wave, that is generating blah, 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 you know, so forth. I kind of just made all that shit up. But I'm just saying, like, literally, yeah. So it keeps rising, and we don't see the creature. We don't see anything. Right here, I don't know what this mass is that's supposed to be there. Maybe it was there before, because we're looking at a tiny, boxed in area. It's not something that's pretty big. So, and it keeps getting bigger. Now you see waves crashing against things. So maybe that's not even a wave. Maybe that's an ice, what do you call that? You know what I mean? A god dang ice thing. Giant ice cube. Okay? So it keeps going, and now they changed it off the camera a little bit. So it's like, is that to protect yourself or what? You know, you don't know. You don't know. And they're going back here, and you still don't see the creature. So that's where the video ends, is on the ice wall. And so if that's the case, then okay, there's some kind of sea creature up there. We don't know. But once again, they show you this giant map of not just one region where there's 33 countries where we already know, but multiple countries, multiple islands. Earth is big. It's still got a lot of adventure, still got a lot of mystery, still got lots of hidden secrets, and that means you could write a hell of a lot of stories if you believe in the ice wall. That means there's still cultures out there. That means there's women that haven't been touched. Thank God Almighty if that's what's happening. We need to find all these women and start making babies and bring them back here and conquer. And that's the bottom line. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I don't really know what the deal is with that last video, but yeah, there's a lot. From the map thing, it shows you so many different islands, so many different things. I mean, that means the world has still a lot of opportunity. That means you got to find a way to break past this ice wall. All of us do, to get away from the imprisonment, the fascist, racist nonsense that is pushed upon us from the government. Not just that, the control, the manipulation, the abuse, the constant brainwashing, and a whole bunch of delusional nonsense, and getting forced into believing things that don't matter to you or Jesus. And it's just the honest to God truth. We need to see the rest of these lands. We need to see these animals that have been unseen for hundreds of years in America or the rest of the world. You know, even in America, there's just, you know, outside of America, there's other countries that see things. Indonesia supposedly has pterodactyls. When I was a kid, my mom rented a movie from Africa, or it was about Africa. There's a couple of them, but we had a lot of them. Well, it wasn't a lot of them, probably about 4 or 5. But we watched them, and there was one about Kelly and Bimbe. It was this big thing in the 80s. And the Kelly and Bimbe is a dinosaur, is a long-necked dinosaur, not a plesiosaur like the Loch Ness Monster, but on 4 legs. You know, Diplodocus is what I think it's called. But either way, Kelly and Bimbe, you know, and then you got the Congo Moto, which is actually a form of pterodactyl in the Congo. And so these things actually supposedly still exist in the Congo, meaning some people believe the Congo is actually the Garden of Eden, and nowadays times it's just, we call it the Congo, you know, but they think the cradle of life started there. The primordial ooze started in the Congo. That's if you believe that theory. But otherwise, there's other countries, is what I'm trying to say, that believe that these creatures still exist. They believe dragons still exist in some other countries. They believe that there actually is griffins, even though I know nowadays you see all this crap on AI with the griffins and the, you know, centaurs, and too many mermaid AI videos. There's way too many mermaid AI videos, and if you had mermaids that look like that, no one's getting off. No one's making mermaid people. Okay, just saying, no one's doing that. Okay, you're gonna look at them and go, oh, those nice mermaid beings. And I think if you look at them that way, in the way that they're trying to show you, you would kind of look at them, and that's if you're not afraid or intimidated or whatever. You would look at them like how people look at gorillas and chimpanzees. Oh, these are these kinds of sea people things. They're not even, you know, they're just sea creatures, not sea people. There's a difference, because those things they're showing on AI don't look like they're how can I say it, intelligence in the way like Aquaman would be, or something of that nature. What's his name? Nomar, the guy from Black Panther, you know, the X-Men mutant. Anyway, so yeah, so moving on to the next video. This one's going to be from a space point of view of the ice wall. Okay, here we have the inside of a spaceship, down point of view of the ice wall, us inside the ice wall. Once again, not just us like America, but the whole shebang. America, Britain, South America, Canada, you know, Australia, all the Micronesians and stuff, and all that, you know what I'm saying, Asia, everything. The whole shebang that we know as the world to us, inside this ice wall from space, from orbit. Here we go. Oh, shoot, let me go back a bit. It really didn't move that much. The video is only 10 seconds long, but here we go. Just pay very close attention to the inside of this video. And yeah. Now, I want to pause it here so I can criticize. So I can criticize. This is the part where I was like, wait. And I paused it when I've seen this before. And here's the thing. This down here, if you see these little tiny chips on the ground, the little tiny things, that doesn't look like a moon. This looks like it's sitting on a table somewhere. Like somebody's table, if you notice that. And I just want to prove that to those that are truly believing this is something. Okay? If you see this is a table. This isn't the inside of a damn window, because you see this is supposed to be inside the windowsill right here. Okay? If you're from a plane, you know, whatever. This stuff right here, if you had it, if this was supposed to be part of the window, right, then it would fold in like this. And I'm just saying this from you know, when I draw and stuff too, you would understand how things, you know, objects are. So what's going on here is this thing would be like the rubber peeling off if it was in the side of a spaceship. What you're seeing is a table, and this thing here with this supposed globe and these little you know, B-shaped cone things, trying to say they were in a glass dome. This is how they try to prove the firmament, which once again I believe the firmament was destroyed back in Noah's time, and the ozone layer was the last you know, parts of the ozone the firmament. Because people want to overlook the part where, you know, they say, yeah, there's waters, the sky will separate the waters and the earth or whatever, and it would say there's this heaven above the heavens, right? So you got atmosphere and then you got space, you know, so it's like water is above our atmosphere, which in some places, in some beliefs, most beliefs, the sky up above is the first heaven. And then when they say the water separate the heavens, so that would be the ice dome, that would be the firmament that separates the space, and then there's supposed to be something beyond that separates. But anyway, this is a table though, because you can see these little tiny specks of supposed ice wall just sitting there. Why would that be there if this is supposed to be space? See, everything else is perfect except for the, you know, you can still keep the theory that there's a cone-shaped dome. But still, why are there these little specks of fake ice wall just sitting there? That's not by coincidence. That means it's fake. So anyway, look, even more little fake little snow things. Keep going. Now all this other stuff is there and stuff, but you get, like I said, this is sorry if I'm shaking everything, but this is the whole just like set up to make you believe that they saw this from space, when this is really some kind of project somebody did. For all you know, this thing from the top here, even down here, could be a toilet paper roll you're looking with on top of the camera. This could be one of them snow globe things without the snow in there. You know what I'm saying? Generated a 3D image and put it in to make the inside and all that with the light hitting inside. Okay, the whole space thing was actually created once again through green screen, probably a green screen behind the glass dome thing, and it was just sitting on a table, and that's why you had the little things at the bottom. This is my point of view. This is my diagnostics, and I'm sticking to it. Hopefully I'm speaking the proper English. If I'm not, you're probably laughing at me, and I hope it's entertaining for you. Okay, moving on. So here's the next ice wall video. This one's even shorter than the last one, believe it or not. But the other one I truly believe is a fake video. Somebody had a snow globe thing on the table and tried to convince everyone it's an ice thing, and I just don't believe that video. And so this one here is like 8 seconds long video. Funny how they keep getting shorter and shorter, and I think they get shorter and shorter. Why? Because y'all ain't got no information. There's no information. There's no real information about this ice wall. It's bullshit. But anyway, so let's go. Okay, here we go. We got this another video. Now, right now, it just looks like a whole bunch of conspiracies, cultists, psychobabble on stream. But I assure you, this is about, ignore that part. This is about, the computer keeps popping its nonsense up. Anyway, this is about the damn ice wall. There we go.
I don't want to set the world on fire. I don't.
Now look at this. Now this one's even more beyond insane. So the Earth, as we know, is right here, and they're like, okay, there's an ice wall outside the Earth. Okay, so there's the ice wall.
Want to set the world.
And then it's just, hey, the Earth was stuck inside of an ice wall. The planet that we call, Earth, the big blue globe, is stuck inside a patch of ice. On what?
World on fire.
A barren, giant rock with what? Another dome. Another dome. Okay, hold on. Okay, floating in the middle of space. That's a lot of empty space. Even if it looks like Earth was that tiny, inside of an ice area with all this barren land. Look how much barren land that is. You see, like, this part might be water, there's water there, and now there's this whole big old freaking thing. Now this contradicts the other video that was from space, where you look at it, and the one I just discredited a little while ago, and this one is even more ridiculous. So it's just like, okay, so pretty much this looks like one of them spacecrafts, from sci-fi thing, but hey, it's not a spacecraft. It's what? It's a planet. Think about how stupid this would be if I'm just saying, like, just think about how stupid this would be. All the humans on this toilet Earth, all the animals and everything, and trees and vegetation and all this whatever, right? And we're all in this one little tiny small area in this big massive rock that's flat with a dome, and none of it makes any damn sense. Okay? None of it. And so this video is just some stuff somebody made up on their own idea. Probably use Blender to do this, and yeah, that's my opinion, man. Sticking to it. Okay, this next video, I can't understand a word this guy's saying in this next video, but it's a whole different concept. It's that concept where, like, the one pilot flew over and saw this whole barren land. It's not really the whole Earth or the whole continents and all this other stuff. It's just thing that's going on down. And if you understand anything this guy is saying, please leave it in the comments. Please, do what you can to get a hold of me. You can go on and go to this show's Discord, which is bang. SLK Galaxy server, and freaking just like lay it down. Okay, just lay it down. And yeah, let's just get into this video. Alright, so this video is only 24 seconds long. Like I said, they're small, short things. As you can already see before I start the video, there's a giant, massive ice all around. And inside there's just vegetation and what looks like to be a city. So let's just get into this. And once again, I don't know what the hell he's talking about, but leave comments, let me know if you do understand where he's coming from, because I want to know where he's coming from so I can go, oh, or research whatever the hell he's talking about like I usually do, and find more videos and things. So yeah, let's get into it.
Y pim, pam, pum, tenemos aquí un vídeo que está dando la vuelta al mundo. Flipa, chaval, sobre la Antártida.
Did that part, bing, bang, boom. I forget what that used to come from.
Es impresionante, como una civilización encontrada detrás de los muros de la Antártida. Madre mía, chaval, ¿tú flipas? ¿Será real esto? Es que es impresionante, chaval. Mira, mira las cosas raras que se encuentran, chaval.
You see that? You see that? So, we go back a bit. Go back a bit. Right here. There's a whole city. That's a massive city right there. How could something like this be hidden from society? Behind the ice. And no one's been in contact with it. It kind of says, okay, let's just say, for example, that this city, and I'm not gonna discredit this city is even real. I'm gonna say like, okay, this is a hidden city behind a wall, and they're highly advanced in technology and been highly advanced in technology for over, let's just say 6 million years. You can go 6 million, go 4 million, whatever. Let's just say millions. So they've been advanced for beyond our technology and our common understanding. You can also say that they were both people that started society as well as allies with teaching other societies to be just as more advanced as them. And one of the societies happened to have been what? Atlantis. And these are actually relatives of the Atlanteans that were able to move forward and be able to find an area that was super covered with ice, but yet still had ties to the Atlantean because of water throughout the universe or planet. Okay, that would be damn amazing, and it would automatically say that we're not this highly intellectual being, that we're all not. And honestly, you can go walk around and prove that there's not people that's intellectually intelligent, or you talking the simplest thing that's your basic knowledge, competent understanding, and the people will still act like you're lying or not know what the hell you're talking about, or say something so stupid that make you want to punch them in the face. So it's just like, this is crazy that this would be the thing, but who knows? I would actually believe this would actually be real. But yeah, keep going.
Mira, mira las cosas raras que se encuentran, chaval, incluso grabándolo con cámaras como antiguillas, los misterios que tiene que haber allí, chaval, flipas. Y pim, pam, pum.
And he says something about Eskimos and stuff. So yeah, that's crazy, man. That there be societies hidden in the things and stuff. So I would believe this one would be more legit than the whole other thing of the ice dome being around us and stuff. So many things. You got to wrap your head around which one suits you or makes sense to you. That's the best way I can say it. So we got another one. I'm gonna wrap it up because I'm starting to I have no idea how this is making me feel mentally ill, and only reason why I say that is because God, which one's right? Who is right? And is there an ice wall? And why the hell can't nobody go over it? Okay, forget the dragon or whatever under the water. Okay, this is this theory. This whole conspiracy is maddening to me, and this is why I want to talk about it. But now that I'm watching this and I'm trying to explain it in my way, it's starting to give me a headache. Thinking like, what is this? Why is this happening? Like, what is going on? Honestly, okay. And then it's like, oh my God, I just can't believe that. It's like that thing, telephone, where you whisper in someone's ear and then it goes down a line. And when it gets to the last person, it don't make sense. It's like gibber. Well, what did he say? No, that's not what he said. Right? That's, you know what I'm saying? And you tell it to a girl, and then it gets all the way to the other girl. Something about paying for the bank with cheese or something. Like, what are you talking about? That's not what was said. So it's kind of, and the reason why I say that is because so far we done watched multiple ice videos. None of them are. One thing we do know is that there's supposed to be an ice barrier wall. Okay, and we know it's either around the continents or it's the whole world. It's around or whatever. But each time it's a different scenario. So because they're not the same and it keeps changing every video, like I said, it's like telephone. Before I get to the other one, you're like, what the hell is that? What the hell is that? Why is that? Okay, that's how I feel. Why is this? What is this? Why? What are we doing? Okay, so my head is like, why? Okay, so this is the last one. This is another astronaut thing of this wall ice barrier. There we go. Okay, people. It says they've been hiding this from us, from you. I don't know, I read so many of these things. It's like, well, anyway, they've been hiding this from you. You don't know what they're hiding. The astronauts. It's like, okay, so the flat Earth people have a problem with NASA. They hate the hell out of NASA. Since I don't know, little watch Nova on PBS, which is supposed to be all NASA's thing, and then they'll show videos I remember on these little clips. And I'll be like, whoa, and they make me second guess the stuff I've seen on Nova. And it's like, what the hell are we talking about here? Okay, telling you I'm getting a headache. Anyway, let's just get to it. This is the ice barrier again, and some astronaut guy. Oh crap, let me go back.
Oh my God!
Okay, that's oh my God, what is going on? I don't even know what I'll talk about it the other day. Well, look, we'll watch it one more time. Because honestly, this where do you see the land at? Where do you see now? There's no. This is a big ice thing. There's water. Why is he floating over? Look how close when you see the astronaut, how close he is to the damn ice wall. When in every other video, the ice wall is on ground level. But now we're saying the ice wall is so big it can reach in outer space. So where the hell is the regular land? You don't even see land there. You see the giant, perfect blue, pure water and ice wall. So where is the land? Where is the continents? Where is this what the hell is this? What is this? Alright.
Oh my God!
Look, there's atmosphere, and then there's some girls. Oh my God, what is this? Ice going all the way that high? Come on now. For a minute there, that looked like the actor who played in Arrow, Damian Drake guy. Let's see. I can get right on his butt. Look at it. Look just like him. Just blurry. Okay. Anyway. Plus, it doesn't make sense that he's breathing like that inside an astronaut thing. I don't even want to get in the science of that. That just gives me even more of a headache. So what have we learned here today, people? We learned there's supposed to be this ice wall that may have every continent inside of it. It has other continents outside of it, with other lands and people everywhere. And in some cases, we have the whole globe inside of a giant ice block, on top of this giant, massive, half of a planet rock, with a big dome around it. We learned that there might be, like, an ice wall that's covering an area that's got a big, massive land with little tiny specks of snow through some, cone-shaped dome. And then there's just this whole stupid thing that's going on. Like, I mean, I can go on. We learned all this nonsense. It didn't get us bothered because none of them are lining up. The only thing that lines up is they all have ice walls. It's the only thing that lines up. And all this crap is starting to be like, just like, come on now. And I'm not saying it's crap. Let's not doubt it. Maybe there is this giant ice wall. But somebody needs to let everyone know. And even if there is a thing where there's a conspiracy about keeping it secret from everyone and we're all being controlled inside this matrix, there's other ones like that I was going to show. But I think I have my fill right now because this is too much, man. This is too much. Like, how much work and effort people get into making conspiracies just go beyond normal understanding nowadays. You know, it was like before you'd be like, oh, alien kidnapped a cow on this farmer's land, and people would talk about it, write books about it, all kinds of crap. And it stays pretty much with this guy and his cow getting taken by some aliens. Now, in the 24th century, someone says, oh, I seen this gigantic creature with lizard tails that has female breasts and 4 heads and 9 horns or whatever, and then they're like, oh my god, I seen this too, and it was in Massachusetts. You know, and they just keep going on and on, and then it's just like they'll do this and that, so different stories, different branches, too many of them. And then it's like, whoa, wait a minute, how did this happen? It's called mass hysteria. It's not just called mass hysteria, it's called people wanting attention and people just over embellishing a story. Maybe he's kind of like that person who did, you know, like they did go through something, but then they just overdo it, over the top, make it more exciting than what it really is. They add so many different extra layers to it to make the story grand and miraculous, when really it was just something stupid. Like somebody will say, oh, so, you know, somebody might have gave someone like $5. Here you go, here's $5. And this guy goes, oh, someone gave me some money. How much money did they give you? Oh man, it was $5,000. And it was the way he did it, and you know. And then later on, he meets someone else. Oh, yes, somebody gave me. I heard someone else comes to that guy and goes, I heard someone gave you some money. Yeah, it was Elon Musk, and he gave me $500,000. You know what I'm saying? It just keeps embellishing, and gets way out of control. And then next thing you know, either people believe it or don't believe it, but for some reason, everyone's believing these damn stories. It's crazy. But if you know more about this, and you can try to convince me, if you think you can convince me about this ice wall and what really is behind it, or on the other side of it, or within it, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, leave a comment here, tell me about it. If you feel like it has to be more personal, then go on and go here and leave some kind of comment or message. Don't be afraid. I made it. And there it is. It's just for this show. So other than that, I have to say, the truth will be found out eventually. Hopefully you will be there to see it. Anyway, next time, this is called Hitting the Truth. Peace be with you.